Welcome to Headlines in Bed. Today is Thursday, February 25th, 2021. Thank you for joining me. Good to see you. Grab a cup of tea, some coffee, a cup of yogurt. Make yourself comfortable. And let's get started with today's headlines. Today we're going to start with Barron's, another new news source for me in my effort to expand my stable of trustworthy and reputable news sources. And Barron's is a specialties financial news, and given everything that is going on in the stock market for the last week or so, I thought it would be a good resource for us to check out what's going on. So stocks are sliding as Treasury yields keep rising. The 10-year Treasury yield rose to 1.5, up from 1.1 just a few weeks ago. Jobless claims fall more than expected. Durable goods orders surge as recovery picks up steam. Coinbase could go public as soon as March. COVID-19 got real for Americans a year ago today. Wow, a year ago today. A CDC news conference 1 year ago quickly changed how Americans would view the threat of the virus. How uneven COVID recovery is widening racial wealth gap. Pfizer will test a third dose of vaccine. Pfizer vaccine 94% effective across age groups in Israel study. Daily new positive cases in the US over the past year, starting in March 2020. The highest peak seems to have been in January of this year, close to 300,000 daily. Columnist, New Zealand has a lesson for the Fed on house prices and inflation. Long-term Treasury yields are climbing. The Fed doesn't seem worried yet. Why the stock of online retailer ASOS is in fashion. I don't know ASOS. Do you? I don't know what they do. I'll have to look them up. Growth stocks have been on sale, but buying the dip makes sense. Dividends could rise 5% in a rebound year, helped by more special payouts. Two option strategies to play Walmart stock. New oil dividend trend could pay off for investors. Oil companies are looking to better manage cash as crude prices rise and fall. Oil producers consider the next steps as prices rise. Rising oil prices may encourage producers to consider rising production. 100 oil is looking more possible. Energy stocks may have monster upside. Oil prices have risen above the most bullish analyst projections so far this year. Bitcoin may replace bonds, Kathy Wood says. GameStop round 2, how an options buying frenzy is providing another jolt to meme stocks. A new wave of fearless retail investors could be ready to pour 170 billion into stocks, says Deutsche Bank. Dow skids 500 points and stock market stumbles as rising bond yields rattle investors. Moderna's chief medical officer will depart this fall. The biotech also reported revenues of 570.7 million in the third quarter of 2012, beating Wall Street expectations. Anheuser-Busch sees meaningfully better 2021 as beer sales recover. Norwegian Cruise Lines racks up more losses as ship remains sidelined. Shares sink. Merck pays double to buy Pandion Therapeutics. The deal values Pandion, which is developing drugs to target autoimmune diseases, at about 1.85 billion. Wayfair stock jumps after earnings. Here's what happened. The Wayfair stock rose after the web-based furniture seller posted better than expected earnings for the fourth quarter. The company saw strong growth in active customers. Keurig Dr. Pepper stock slips on earnings as CEO sees more growth in 2021. Teladoc stock falls on downbeat forecast for membership. I like Barron's. Yeah. Well, with that, we thank Barron's. Nice to have met your acquaintance. We shall see you again. And we go to the Financial Times. We're going to stay in the theme of financial news. U.S. Treasury yields hit one-year high as global bonds sell-off continues. McKinsey partners sacrifice leader in ritual cleansing. Africa will pay more for Russian COVID vaccine than Western's jobs. PIMCO boss warns of inflation head fake. Coinbase files to become first listed U.S. cryptocurrency exchange. Saudi Arabia's mega project, a 170-kilometer line city through the desert. Ousted Petrobras chief hits back at Bolsonaro. Outgoing chief says potential intervention in fuel prices would be disastrous for oil group. Powell pulls his punches on benefits of more fiscal stimulus. Yellen backs fresh financial support for low-income countries. Joe Manchin, the Senate power broker on Biden's speed dial, conservative Democrat from West Virginia, shows a willingness to frustrate a White House agenda. In a pandemic, a conference becomes extraordinary. Let the markets determine Bitcoin's value. Geopolitical supremacy will increasingly depend on computer chips. African futurism is partly an attempt to grapple with the past. Carbon bulls will not wait on the EU. After Google drama, big tech must fight against AI bias. Joe Biden has lesson in democracy for Angela Merkel. Angela Merkel? Joe Biden has a narrow window to save Iran deal. At London Fashion Week, designers grapple with the pandemic and Brexit. Okay, well, with that, we thank the Financial Times, and we'll close with the Wall Street Journal. Lower by tech as bond rate yields rise. Boeing move to fix 777 engine covers before failures. China's campaign to crush democracy in Hong Kong is working. Tiger Woods on the long way back. Facebook fight over media payments shift to Europe. Texas regulators' price rise during freeze generates anger. New mail trucks are finally coming, but don't expect all electric vehicles. Senate awaits minimum wage ruling that will shape COVID relief debate. The NBA's top shooter is named Curry. No, not that one. U.S. seafood suppliers face trouble for Lent. Clogged ports and full freezers are snarling the flow of seafood of American dinner plates. boosting costs for fish suppliers and consumers. Hard seltzers help Bud Brewer regain some sparkle. Beer giant AB InBev says alcoholic sparkling waters are helping offset weaker sales of Budweiser. Best Buy tests its lock. So far, the electronics retailer's operational pivots have proven prescient. This year will test its foresight once again. TIA names JP Morgan's Thasunda Brown Duckett as CEO. Ms. Duckett has been a leading voice among bankers on the need to close the wealth gap between white and black Americans. What about brown Americans? What about yellow Americans? What about red Americans? Who's speaking on their behalf? Okay, and with that, we will give thanks to the Wall Street Journal, and I thank you for joining me today for Thursday, February 25th, 2021. That is Headlines in Bed. It is sunny outside. There's no wind. Looks like it's going to be a great day. Make it so. See you tomorrow.